Hello, this is Hey. I'm an assistant professor from Science Unit of Lingnan University. Today, I'm really glad that I have the opportunity here to introduce Sustainable Development Goal, especially the SDG 12, Responsible Consumption and Productions, which will be the theme of this program. All right, so yeah, just a very brief introduction of what sustainable goal is about. So in around a few years back, 2015, the United Nations had a meeting and they come up with 17 sustainable development goals. Mainly, like the major objective is to achieve a more sustainable future for all, for all people, for the environment, for the world, basically. So because we have, for human beings, we have many different emerging issues that we need to deal with, emerging and serious issues that we need to deal with related to humanity, such as poverty, such as inequality, and also there are other problems related to the environment, such as climate change, environmental degradations, pollution, all that. So both humanity, both environment, we are facing serious problems in many different ways. So the establishment of these sustainable development goal is hope that we can overcome all these problems and then achieve make it a better world, make the world better for us to live in. So not sure how familiar you are with sustainable development. So sustainable development refers to that, yeah, like for the current generation, like you and me, what we can do now, we shouldn't compromise the ability for the future generation to do the same things. This is what sustainable development is. So like, the clean air, the clean water that we drinking, we are enjoying, hope that future generation can have the same. The animals that we are seeing, hope that we can see them in the future, hope that no species extinction would occur. So these are some simple examples of sustainable development. Looking at these like 17 sustainable development goals, there are some that are more related to humanity, such as you can see from one like poverty, hunger, like famine, health and well-being, education, gender equality, having clean water, energies, yeah. And there are a few that are more related to environment, such as like climate actions, 14 that is life below water, 15 life on land, for example. There are some that are related to, not sure if you know that, like we have different models to, try to illustrate sustainable development, but there are three very important elements in sustainable development, that is environment, society, and economy. So environment, that is the environment they're living in actually are very important for all the activities that humans are doing, and also very important for our economic development. All right, so thinking about like an example that I often raise is like mobile phone, right? There are a lot of people earn their money or enjoying the life, or do their daily activity using mobile phone, but then producing a mobile phone actually would cause environmental impact, isn't it? So some of this is a good example of like economic activities or our daily life actually is closely related to environment, and in many cases actually harm the environment. So therefore, overall, the sustainable development goals is to make the world better, and also, hope that human being can survive well, can also have our economic activity, but at the same time reduce the harm to the environment. Just as said, there are sustainable development goal more related to humanity. There are some more related to environment, and also there are some that are more related to economic activities, such as like decent work and economic growth. And also the one that is the focus of this program, that is 12, responsible consumption and productions. This is very important for knowing more about sustainable development goal, because as a citizen like you and me, so we are not living in, we are living in a relatively developed place, developed cities. So some of the sustainable SDG might not be very relevant. You don't feel relevant to us. Like we don't really feel hunger most of the time, right? But then for 12, actually every single day, for our consumption behavior, for the activities that we do, for the money that we spend, for the food that we eat, actually can have a very important or sometimes serious implication on the environment or other human beings in other places. Yeah, I probably miss one thing is these sustainable development goals are, for all people in the world, no matter you're poor, you're rich, you're from developed country, you're from developing countries, we need to work together to achieve the ultimate goal so that we can survive, in a sustainable way, live in a sustainable way. All right, so focusing on the theme of this program, that is the SDG 12, responsible consumption and productions. So hope that, there are a few examples that I want to raise here that hope that you can get familiar with so that you know what you want to work on or which theme of the program you're interested in the most. When we talk about responsible consumption and productions, there are quite a few major theme. First, our food productions or our food consumptions. Second, related to water, related to energy. So the figure on the bottom right hand side that you can see now are the four major themes of the program, like food loss, invisible resources, energy and water, production and consumptions, and also sustainability, sustainable campus, sustainable of infrastructure. So for this theme, SDG goals, similar to the theme of this program, food consumption is one of the major issues that we're concerned. For example, one figure is actually rather alarming is a lot of food when they're produced, say in animal farm, in livestock farms, or harvested from the wild, from harvesting and transportation, storage, processing, and then to consumer. During this process, actually as high as almost 14% of the food is lost. Maybe they turn bad, they become rotten during this transportation process, storage process. So you can see, just this process, even before it reached the shop that we can buy the food, quite a substantial proportion of food is lost. So this is one thing. This is particularly important because our global population has been increasing in the last, several decades, vigorously. So food crisis, do we have sufficient food to feed everyone in the world is one very important issue that might become more serious because we are having more people, although the rate has slowed down, but then this is definitely still a big concern. And how to reduce food waste, how to reduce food waste is one of the major goals within the goal 12. So one of the major theme is we'll talk about food loss, and then we'll talk about energy and water. All right, so not sure if you have come across energy is particularly relevant to Hong Kong people. We use electricity all the time. Most of our energy are from burning fossil fuel. Also, a tiny proportion are from renewable energy. So everyone is definitely familiar with energy efficiency. But do you think we are doing a good job regarding energy efficiency, like in our household or in our school, also relevant to sustainable campus? Probably there is still a big room for improvement. So this is something that we should be aware, or we want to make more people be aware of this such a problems. Production and consumption. So again, think about mobile phone or electronic waste. Not sure if you know, first thing first, production of mobile phone and electronic waste. it can be quite environmental, it can be quite harmful to the environment. Not sure if you have heard of something, some materials, some raw material called rare earth elements, in Cantonese, Hei Tou. So we need rare earth elements to make like chips, to make electric circuits, to make electronic devices such as mobile phone that all of us have. So how to reduce the harm of producing the the device that many that all of us use is very important. We talk about recycling a lot. Not sure if you know that the waste, the electronic waste, the waste related to electronic device has increased dramatically, maybe in the last 1 or 2 decades, because everyone changed mobile phone frequently. But then only a very small amount of electronic waste are recycled now. So there is a big room that we need to increase people's awareness on recycling of electronic waste. For example, it will be a big help to the environment, especially like for for a small place like Hong Kong, or for a place like Hong Kong with high density and with little space to dispose out solid waste. All right, so like as you can see, yeah, electronic waste grow by 38%, but less than 20% is recycled. All right, so yeah, just to tell you a few most important issues within the goal 12, like food, energy, water use, and also water pollution as well. And then production and consumptions, and then sustainable campus, like energy, like waste. At the end, I want to highlight 2 things that within goal 12, responsible consumption and productions, what are the major ways, like maybe the audience or the target audience of our, maybe the program, this program target at, what are the 2 major ways like Hong Kong people can do to help? One is we need to reduce waste, such as maybe food waste, maybe electronic waste, maybe whatever solid waste. And then the second is more broad, but it is very important, is to more thoughtful or have higher awareness about what we buy and choose sustainable choices, sustainable products as much as we can. When we think about reducing waste, it's quite simple, but hope through this program, we can increase awareness about the severity, how serious like food loss, water loss, energy loss is. And then for sustainable choice, there are a lot of issues that we can work on, such as maybe we talk about sustainable food choice. Maybe we talk about, sustainable pulp paper that we use to do packaging for the product that we can buy in market. Maybe we can talk about sustainable labeling, right? When you buy a package, you see a lot of label. And actually some labels that you came across now in the market are related to sustainability or sustainable development. So these are something that hope that this program can achieve, and hope that we can, in general, the society, we can reduce waste and everyone become more aware of the problem and make sustainable choice, and then make our world better, more sustainable. All right, because we definitely have quite a few issues that we need to deal with. Otherwise, the people in the future would have big problems. All right, so that's pretty much it for today. Hope that I give you a very brief but enhance your understanding on, improve your understanding on sustainable development goals, and also sustainable development goal 12, responsible consumption and production. All right, so that's pretty much it. Hope to see you again in other programs, in other activities of the program. All right, thanks very much, and bye-bye.